Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something that I've been curious about for a while. This Reverend Parts Caster has the 50s wind Lollar P90s in it. And I love the neck 50s wind is my favorite neck P90 I've ever played. And I really like the 50s wind bridge, but I kind of want it just a little bit hotter, but I don't want Alnico 5. If you've seen my other videos, I am a complete sucker for Alnico 2 pickups. I love the soft attack you can get out of them. I just want a little bit more mid-range, maybe a little bit more bass, a little bit less treble, which from what I know about pickups, a higher wind would give that to me. So what I want to do is take out the bridge pickup, which is the 50s wind, and I think it comes in at 7.4K. I'm going to take the magnets out of that 50s wind P90, which are Alnico 2 magnets, and I'm going to put them in this Lollar standard P90, which comes with Alnico 5 magnets. Because this coil has more turns on it than the 50s wind coil. I don't know if this is going to work. It could sound terrible, but I have one of these dog-ear standard P90s, and I thought I'd give it a try. If you like this kind of video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think of the comparison. So like I said, the 50s wind coil in the bridge comes in at 7.4K. The standard wind with the Alnico 5 magnets, the coil is actually wound to 9.1K. So there's a pretty big difference in the coil there. I don't know if they're using different wire for it or if they're using a different winding pattern. I'm not really sure, but what I know is this has a hotter coil. So depending on what I think of this comparison and what you guys think, I might do the other way around. I might put the Alnico 5 magnets in the 50s wind pickup and check out to see what that's like. And maybe we'll just get all of the different variables together and compare them. I realized I could have just bought some Alnico 2 bar magnets and tried them in this standard wind, but I thought I'd keep it all in Lollar. I know they degauss their magnets to certain strengths, and just keep it in the family and see what happens. Okay, so let's get into some sounds. Okay, so I didn't get this example on the stock 50s wind as it is, but I wanted to do just a quick demonstration of the balance between the bridge pickup, the middle position, and the neck, and how even all three of those are at this point. In the 50s wind stock, as I had them, the bridge just wasn't quite hot enough with the stock 50s wind, and it was a little bit too trebly for me. It sounded great, but for what I was using it for, I wanted a little bit more oomph. And the middle position was also a little bit too trebly, and it kind of scooped out too much of the bass. So I thought I would demo the way it sounds with the standard wind bobbin and the A2 magnets from the 50s wind. The balance was just much more even across the neck, middle, and bridge. And there's so much you can do with these reverbs, with that bass contour, and with your volume knobs. I have a treble bleed on this too. So here you go. Let's check that out. All right, so that's it for the clips. Hope you enjoyed that. I was blown away at how close to what I really thought and hoped it would be it actually was. The pickup had just a little bit more output. There were a little bit more lows to kind of round it out a little bit. The highs were rolled off a little bit, which was nice, and the mids were a little bit stronger, but somehow more creamy. I didn't record any of this for the video, but rolling off the bridge volume just a little bit, I do have a treble bleed on there, so when you roll off the bridge volume, you get a little bit less in the lows and the mids, and the highs seem a little bit more there. So I was able to get some of what the 50s wind had in its original state. I was able to get that just by rolling off a little bit, and since this is a Reverend, it has the bass contour knob. So when you roll off that a little bit, while leaving the rest of the knobs as they are, you get a little bit less bass and a little less in the mids. And for that middle position, it's a lot more full. I like a middle position that has that kind of quackiness and that kind of snakiness, but it's a little bit, it was just a little more full. I don't tend to go for my middle positions as much on my guitar as if I go to it and all the bass just drops out, if that scoop is really wide. I like a little bit of scoop, of course, but I like the scoop to leave some of the low mids intact. So here's another example of me really liking an Alnico 2 magnet more than an Alnico 5 magnet. And although I tend to think of this as a modified 50s wind, it's really not. It's a modified standard wind. It's a standard wind Lollar with an A2 magnet in it. I may do some tests down the road to see what my 50s wind sounds like with the A5 magnets. I have a feeling it's going to be quite trebly and a pretty strong sounding 50s wind, but more in, it will have a lot more in the treble and a lot more attack. And that's the other thing that I love about A2 is just the attack is so much more round. I feel like with the pick and with my fingers, I can really just dig in more. All right, thanks again for hanging out. I'll be back next week with another video. If you have ideas for other videos, let me know. Might be something that's within my grasp to do. And but I've got a lot of cool stuff lined up this summer with the Novo, and I've got a whole bunch of pickups that I haven't even tried on the PRS, on the Deluxe, and a whole bunch of stuff. So I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.